Good morning, everybody. Welcome to or welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to do something I never thought I'd do. I'm going to do a get ready with me while we sit and chat. I figured that today I would chat about something that's really important to Rob and I. And that, my friends, is mental health. And, you know, Rob and I both have mental health things. Actually, we have the same mental health things that affect us differently. We are both bipolar, and we both have severe anxiety, which manifests in totally different ways in both of us. And I figured since I woke up today and I'm pretty much having a bad day, it was a good day to talk about mental health. You know, you just wake up and you know it's going to be a bad day. It's one of those. I woke up this morning, first thing I did was not make my bed, which, you know, we usually do first thing when we get up in the morning. We make our bed. I didn't do that today. The second thing I did was the weirdest thing I think I've ever done. I put my contacts in, inside out. Didn't feel very good. Never done it before. But, you know, I did today. So, I figured what better day to talk about mental health than when I'm having a mental health day. I have more, what would you call my moods? More stable moods than what I used to?
Yeah.
I'm very well medicated. I love my medication. Rob loves his medication. We don't like how we feel when we're not on our meds. Although, I will tell you, part of being bipolar with me is I start to feel better, and then I decide that I don't need my medication anymore. So, let's talk about what bipolar is. Everybody's like, oh, bipolar, that's horrible. How do you live? No, bipolar's not horrible. I hate to say you get used to it. No? Oh, Rob doesn't get used to it. I guess I've just been so off for so long that I know that I'm a better person now than I was before I got medicated. I don't fly off the handle like I used to. I can have days where I'm short-tempered, like I am today. I'm short-tempered. I got frustrated at Rob because he was trying to move an extension cord and he wasn't doing it just the way I wanted him to. So, yeah, that's how I know that I'm having a day, because folks, you'll learn fast. Rob does everything he possibly can to take care of me and do everything around this house that I'm not capable of doing, and I'm usually extremely grateful. And today I haven't even been up for a half an hour. And I'm just angry. Not really any reason behind it. I just am. And it frustrates Rob because he thinks he's done something wrong, and he hasn't done anything wrong.
Oh, bear.
So, Rob's having a mental health day too, where he just feels like everything is wrong and that
You're all right, Steve.
he just sucks, and nobody likes having those days where they feel like that. I said I'm having a mental health day, so Rob just hid the checkbook. That was funny. No, babe, don't worry, I'm not going shopping.
Oh, so I should have bother finding it.
No, don't bother hiding the checkbook. I don't feel like shopping.
What?
I'm not manic, I'm just off. Yeah.
You don't need the credit card. You don't need the checkbook. There's those things nowadays they call cards.
Yeah, that's another thing. I like to spend money when I'm manic, and I even went to the extent of taking all of our credit cards, debit cards, everything off of all of my shopping apps on the phone. Walmart, Amazon, eBay. Do you need me to look through that pile to see if I can find it?
You'll go over here and go, oops, there it is.
No, I think it's probably in that pile you just set down.
It's another? Oh, it could be in the back or something,
Or it could be right there on that little yellow pad where I said before I said under my computer. So, yeah, let's have a little lesson on bipolar today. So, first thing I wrote down is bipolar does not necessarily mean you have constant mood swings. Nor does it mean you're just moody and temperamental, because, you know, sometimes it irritates me when people say, boy, the weather sure is bipolar. I'm like, I don't think that person knows what bipolar really means, but okay. So bipolar, first thing I wrote means, it says it's not just being moody. It also used to be called manic depression, which it's not anymore. That's old. So let's see what I wrote. Bipolar disorder is a disorder. It is a chemical imbalance in a person's brain, which is why medication works so well. And I will never go without my medication. Some people are like, how do you take so much medication? Well, I do it because I like being sane. So bipolar disorder is a series of mental health illnesses that causes a person to have dramatic shifts in emotions, mood, and energy levels, moving from extreme lows to extreme highs. Shifts normally happen over several days to weeks. So there are a lot of different types of bipolar disorder. I'm bipolar 1, and I'm a rapid cycler. And a lot of people are like, rapid cycling, ooh, that sounds fun. No, not fun. It's funny because even the internet calls rapid cycling 4 to 5 times a year. Dude, if only. I'm an extreme rapid cycler, and I cycle anywhere from I don't know, I can cycle up to, if I'm having a, oh, this isn't good. If I'm having a bad day, I can cycle up to, I don't know, what, like 12 times a day?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, I can cycle up to about 12 times a day if I'm having a rough day. And for me, a rough day doesn't mean my medication's not working, guys, because if my medication wasn't working, I wouldn't be having a rough day. I would be pretty much psychotic. It would not be a good thing. If I go off my meds, Rob knows immediately. If I go off my meds, he knows if I haven't taken my meds. And that's one of my problems. When I'm feeling good taking my meds and I think that I'm feeling better, thankfully my therapist got me to stop doing it. At least so far, I haven't done it again. When I start to feel better, I flush my meds down the toilet because I figure I'm better, I don't need meds anymore. And that's not true, is it, babe?
No, it's not. No, it is not.
That is not at all true because, yeah, I will need meds for the rest of my life. But see, I guess I am manic because I am jumping all over everywhere today. I cannot even think straight. So, lows can be the same as a major depressive disorder. And when that happens, I can feel, I don't know, I feel hopeless. I disassociate a lot. Like, I will not do anything. I lack energy. I lack focus, but I lack focus when I'm manic too. So, yeah, I don't know. I eat and sleep. It can change. I can either eat like a horse and not sleep at all. Like, I'm working on no sleep today. No sleep is not good for me. Or I can eat like a horse and do nothing but sleep. And those are the times when people will call me and they're like, you didn't answer your phone. I'm like, I was taking a nap. Because naps are, well, sometimes naps are good. Sometimes for me, naps are bad. So I try not to take naps. Unless I really, really need to. Manic episodes, or in my case, I have hypomanic episodes. I'm really energetic. I'm overly happy. I'm optimistic about everything. There is no glass half full or glass half full, half empty. There's no glass half anything. My glass is completely full and everything is right in the world and you can't convince me otherwise. And like I said, I shop. I'm very euphoric. I have a very high self-esteem, but that comes with very high-risk behaviors. Like, I like to spend money. And you'll hear me say that a lot, because that is definitely one of my major problems. Is when I am manic, I like to spend money. I've gotten good about not spending money we don't have, but if we have money, you can bet I'm gonna spend it. In the past, that's also been when I have participated in dangerous activities, like doing stupid things like firewalking and skydiving and scuba diving, things that I would not normally do, that I am normally afraid of, like heights and being underwater. My mania definitely makes me forget that I'm afraid of anything. So, yeah. I talk fast, and I talk constantly. There is no shutting me up. Rob can be sitting in the living room watching YouTube, and I can be sitting at the table having an entire conversation, telling him what I'm watching, telling him what I'm doing. And I think he's learned just to nod his head and say, uh-huh, okay. Because otherwise he'd never get to do anything himself. Let's see, what else? I have racing thoughts, and I get wired for sound. Sometimes it's good to be manic because things get done, like spring cleaning. Waiting for a good manic period to hit to finish doing the craft room, and then that'll get finished. But that's a lot of sorting and throwing away and moving furniture, painting walls, setting up where we want to film, because I think we're going to film in there from now on. I used to have humongous delusions of grandeur. I mean, all the way from when I was in high school, well, probably junior high, until I got diagnosed when I was, I would have to ask my ex-husband how old I was. I think I was probably 24. I think it was a year and a half after I had the twins that things really started going off the deep end. And I got put on lithium. And that was not good for me. Lithium was definitely not good for me. I got toxic and had to go to the hospital because I was so sick, because my doctor put me on the wrong dose of lithium and got me just, my lithium levels in my blood were so high. And I said, screw this, I'm fine, I don't need medication. You'll also notice I said my ex-husband, because obviously with that kind of thanks guys, with that kind of thinking, no relationship was gonna work. Then I had another boyfriend after that, and that didn't work because obviously not medicated, not a good person. I got myself into a situation where I had to get myself in a better place. So I gave my ex-husband custody of the twins, got a job, ooh. And, yeah, that was when the twins were, how old were the twins?
Wait,
When they went to Barry.
I wasn't there.
So they were 7.
Yes, I wasn't there.
Because they were, what, 8 when we got together? Or were they 7 when we got together?
Well, let's see, 19 years.
19 years. The twins are, so they were 8, because the twins are 27.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, they went to live with their dad when they were 8. And that's where they were until AJ was 18, and then he came and lived with me again. Or lived with Rob and I. Let's see. What else goes with my manic episodes? Obviously, I covered the poor decision making, and that poor decision making also came with a absolutely no regard of consequences of poor decision making. Meaning, I didn't care what happened, and it was quite obvious I didn't care what happened because I spent money anyway. Money I shouldn't have. That was mostly before Rob. So Rob really helped me when he came into my world. I went and got medicated, and sweetie, could you do me a favor?
What?
Could you,
Luggage? Or ticket?
no, could you go put this in on the bathroom counter very carefully? It sits on,
Yep. Yep. Die, but I know that.
okay, as long as you know that. So, lots of things changed when Rob came into my world. Ooh. You guys should see how I have you set up. It's funny. I have you on a stack of books. So when Rob came into my world, a lot of things changed. He very slowly but surely showed me that I was not being a very nice person. Not to anybody, not to him, not to my ex-husband, not to my children. I just was not being very nice, and we need to figure out what needs to be done to get to the bottom of it. So we did, and I went to the doctor and I got medicated, and unlike some people who can't do what I've done, I've been on the same medication for the last 19 years. And I won't change because it works wonderfully. I'm finally to a stage in my life where I don't even need my Xanax hardly at all anymore, which is fabulous because I don't like having to feel drugged in that way all the time. And I used to have to drug myself just to even leave my house. As a matter of fact, Rob and I used to be so agoraphobic, both of us, that we didn't even leave the house except to go when we had to go grocery shopping and when we had to go to the doctor because we needed refills of our meds. We were like that for 4 years, babe? Was it 4 years or 5 years?
Shoot. I'll go with 4 years.
And then my meds were increased. Not changed, but increased. And it was like somebody flipped a freaking switch. And I was just 99% of the time I was just better. And that was just amazing. I loved feeling, well, I guess I could just say I loved feeling because I didn't really feel before that. I really self-medicated myself in college. I'm a recovering drug addict, and I'm proud of the fact that I can say that I'm a recovering drug addict. Because that was rough. That was a rough period in my life. It was all of college. I don't even remember anything from college, really, to be honest. Luckily, I've always been interested in photography, and I got a degree in photography. And this is supposed to take the blue out from underneath my eyes, but something tells me that that's not gonna do the trick, because it was a rough night. Yeah, nothing is making that better. Absolutely nothing. Anyway, luckily I didn't have to learn too terribly much in college for my photography, because if you have known me any length of time at all, especially the people who knew me in high school, I have been into photography my entire life. I took pictures of everything, everywhere. It didn't matter what it was. People, places, things, rusty farm equipment, which, being from Iowa, you can find rusty farm equipment everywhere, which is wonderful. And anyway, that was what I went to school for. It wasn't what I was gonna go to school for, which was child psychology, but, you know, drugs. You don't think too straight. So I went to school from 1990 until 1993, where I moved back to my dad's house. Started dating an old boyfriend. Continued my drinking, which wasn't good. Got myself in some trouble. And then I had already quit the drugs, so I figured, hell, why not just send myself to drug treatment and get myself straightened out? So that is what I did. I went to drug treatment in 1993 for a year. And then I didn't even move back home. I moved in with my ex-husband. And yeah, we got married right away. And I got pregnant like immediately after we got married. Like the day we got married. And then the kids were born 3.5 months early, which didn't help my mental health either. That was hard. They're miracles. They're mine. So, yeah, mental health. It is a struggle. It will always be a struggle. It's a struggle for me. It's a struggle for Rob. We get by. But we have our days when we definitely need to support one another. Most of those days don't coincide. Most of the time, he needs support or I need support. It's not usually the same day. Today, it is the same day, and I am trying to see in my iPad while I do this, and it is just not working. So let's move you a little bit. Oh, that's a disaster. Is that salvageable? Maybe if I let it dry. Let's see. You go there. I'd really rather not get this in my eye because it's got metal flakes in it because it's magnetic for my eyelashes. Oh, man. It's a day. See, I knew. I woke up this morning, I knew it was a day. I was gonna stay in my pajamas all day and just do the pajama thing. But you can't let your bad days get to you. Oh. Crumb. Babe, can you get me a tissue?
Yeah.
Quickly, because this is getting in my eye. I don't care if you walk in front of the camera. They don't care if you walk in front of the camera. They've seen you.
There you go.
Thanks, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, not salvageable. I think I'll just not do my eyelashes this morning. Yeah. We're going to turn this day around. How are we going to turn this day around?
One step at a time.
Rob says one step at a time. It's a good answer. Other than that, I'm not sure how we're going to turn this day around. I'm probably going to film another video after this, because usually crafting makes me feel better. So I will probably make some bath bombs. And that, I think, is everything that I wrote down to remind myself what I wanted to say. Let's see if this will even stick to that, because whew, that's a mess. Okay, so maybe we'll see. Yep, one eye done, one eye not done. That's typical for me. Yeah, I think I'll probably make bath bombs today, because I have just enough energy to do that today, so. All right. You know, do all the things. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave comments, ask questions. If you have anything you want to know, I'm an open book. I really don't keep secrets. So, if there's anything you want to know, just ask. And, thank you for spending time with me this morning. I hope you all have a fabulous day. And, you know, go out and do something that makes you feel good. Do something for you. Bye.